Right, I hope you're ready for this. Yes boys, back on the Tommy C Hype. So as you all know, I'm riding the Crossworks Dash 275 650B and I want to do an experiment. I've probably had the bike just over a week now. It's the first thing that I'm going to try as an upgrade, but I need to see if it works first. So, Jake at Snakeskin Custom has been kind enough to lend me his forks. And you're probably thinking, you've already got forks. I have, but these are 29er and I want to try and run a mullet setup and see how good it's going to be. So, here we go, let's have a look. So as you can see, it's now got some 29er forks sat in it very nicely. I'm pretty sure these are the Fox 36 Elite forks, so they're pretty much similar to my Marzocchi ones. So as you can see, the dial adjusts are pretty much the same, and I think Marzocchi own Fox, so it might be the other way around. I'll be running a Maxxis tyre up front, which is basically just straight off Jake's bike. So yeah, he's proper hooked me up there. I'm hoping that I'm going to like the 29er fork being up front just to help me get over stuff a bit better. And before I got riding this bike quite a lot, I wanted to find out if I'm actually going to not like a 29 fork in the front and if it's going to have any negative effects to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some back-to-back runs. I'm going to start on the 29er, so I'll probably do 2 or 3 runs on the 29er, and we'll go off times as well as feeling up basically one of my local tracks, and then I'm going to come back, switch out the 29er forks for the Marzocchi Bomber Z1s, which obviously I've been running, and we'll basically just see how it goes. I'm hoping that it's going to be an interesting watch this, and see if we can get some nice runs down the hillside. So stay tuned boys, and see you up there. Right people, let's kick it off with track number 2. So running the 29 setup on this track. Track number 2 starts off quite gradual at the top. You've got to do quite a lot of pedalling to build your speed up. Woo. Straight out the box, felt like the 29er really played ball with the top section of this track. I feel like you could work the track side to side and put some really strong pedal strokes in, and it seemed to maintain its speed a bit better than the 650 did. So just dropping in now, starts to get really steep and pretty loose. Some really nice turns here, tipping left, and then you're into a bit of a chute that you've basically just got to go brakeless down if you want to carry any decent speed out. Next section, so this bit's quite rough and there's quite a lot of braking bumps and holes in this section, so felt like the 29 basically ploughed through this section so well, and it was quite effortless. I just pointed it where I wanted it to go and it seemed to just stick to its line really well. Didn't feel uncomfortable, it felt super stable. And then we're coming back out the trees. This bit's pretty off camber, so you've got to try, and you'll see me trying to stay a bit higher left on this section. And then some really flat turns here, so they're not banked whatsoever, so you've got to try and hold good speed out. Felt like the 29 front wheel did this well. Bit of a right hand turn here over some rocks, and then we're pretty much at the end of the track here now. Tip left, and then we're just going to finish the time at this tree. So you can see I did a 1:26, and it was a bit of a shame because I went straight back up and did a run on the 650B, and the camera was in linear mode, which is obviously my fault. So I did a 1:26 on the 29 and I did a 1:28 on the 650B, and that was basically straight after that one. So the difference is 2 seconds on that track, and I probably felt as good as I did on the 650 on that run afterwards, but it was just faster on the 29. Not exactly sure why, probably because I could carry a bit more speed through the rough stuff, and yeah, it felt quite comfortable on this rig. So we're on track number 1 with the 29-inch front wheel and 650B back wheel. Business up front, party out back boys. This was basically my first time run. I'd done 2 warm-up runs prior to this just to make sure I was feeling confident with the setup. Really good top section this track, so it's really gradual and it starts tipping in a bit steeper now. The turns are really flat, so you've got to know how to work them quite well. I was actually unclipped through this whole section here, so it was a bit sketchy. As you can see, a couple of little gaps there, and I felt like the 29-inch front wheel carried really good speed. I was able to get a bit wider on the turns and get the flow going a bit more. This bit's not too bad because there's not many rocks, but we're coming into a few rocky sections now, which I was expecting the 29-inch front wheel to be a lot better at carrying speed due to it being bigger, and it was noticeably better than what I remember the 650Bs being like on this track. So again, it's pretty flat this bit. You've just got to keep your speed, few rock gaps here and there, and then into this big long rolling rock garden, which you've got to pick your line basically and stick to it. A couple of turns here which are nice, keep your flow a bit, and then we're basically into the last section. Felt like this run was pretty all over the shop, to be honest, just because I was really pushing the bike, trying to get all I could out that front wheel, and it was quite impressive. Looking at the time now, I was quite shocked how fast it was, just to how erratic I was riding, and it definitely wasn't a smooth run, but it just shows you how much better that front wheel can be if you work it well. So now we're going to try the 650B wheel. This was the first time run I did on this bike, and yeah, let's get into it, see what happens. Right, so this was timed run 1 on the 650B front wheel. 650B front, 650B back. Same track, so I was pretty confident with riding this now, and I actually felt like I would be able to go quicker, seeing as I'd done 3 runs previous on the 29-inch front wheel. Pretty similar feeling on the top. It's quite gradual, so you've got to just make sure you hold your speed through these turns. Had this bit here miles quicker, carried a lot better speed, and even into this bit. So again, trying to keep as much speed as I can through this section, bit of a gap there. But all in all, I felt like this run was way better than the one on the 29 time run, but the times didn't seem to show that, which I was quite surprised at, which obviously means the 29 front wheel was slightly better on this track. I think that's due to it being quite a rough track, and you've got to carry as much speed as you can, so I feel like the bigger front wheel on the front was helping me to do that. So coming into another rocky section here, got to carry a lot of speed again, bit of a gap there, into a right-hander, and then this rock section is pretty key to the whole track. So felt like I was stalling a bit on there with the front wheel compared to the 29-inch wheel. But all in all, for this run, I felt like it was faster than the 29-inch front wheel, which I was massively surprised at. So there we have it. We've done 2 runs on each track. Track 1, track 2. Track 2's obviously my favourite. It's absolutely amazing. Mixed result. So on track 2, the 29er was 2 seconds faster, and on track 1, they were pretty much the same. Quite surprised how it turned out, really. I did actually think on track 1 that the 650B bike was going to be faster, because it was a much cleaner run, and I didn't feel as on edge on that particular run than I did on the 29. But I kind of think, looking back, I think with that big wheel up front, it's definitely more stable. I'm not obviously saying the 650B was bad, because it really wasn't. I mean, the times show that. There wasn't really much in it at all. So as a roundup or a summary, I don't really know what to take from it. I feel like personally, I'd want to run a bigger wheel up front on this bike now, just for the security and the stability that I got from these 2 tracks on the day. Some people will feel more comfortable on a 650B. I think it is all down to preference. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're currently in the lockdown period at the minute, so this video has been knocking around for a while, and I finally decided to get it finished up. I hope you enjoyed it. Go and check through the comments and comment on stuff you want to see, because I need some video ideas. And yeah, thanks for tuning into this one once again. Thanks for supporting the channel. Leave us a like if you're enjoying the vids. Comment below on anywhere you want to see us ride in the future, after the lockdown obviously. And subscribe to the Tommy C Hype if you're digging the vids, boys. See you later, and peace for now. Yeowww.